Hey guys, what's up? I'm back from Cinema Wasteland after a very long weekend. I only went Friday. I was only in the vendor room and going to screenings on Friday. The rest of the weekend I basically just spent with the family. We were down in Cleveland. Um, and I spent nearly $500 in total on assorted movies, mostly movies. I did buy a couple prints and a record, but I'm going to kind of try and go in order of when I bought these things, so this is going to be a little hectic. I try to keep, when I buy movies at conventions, I try to keep them in order that I buy them, because I like to go in order when I do my video, if I do a video on it. So, yeah, let me just fucking adjust this stuff and we'll get on with it. Alright, starting off, I went onto the convention floor, looked around for a bit, saw a booth that was selling bootlegs, and I instantly saw one bootleg that I know I needed to get, and it's Alsa the Tigress of Serbia, or is it Serbia? I think it's Siberia. Yeah, I love the Alsa movies, and I've seen all of them except for this one, so I figured I would pick it up. It was like 3 for like 20, I think, at this booth, and I couldn't resist. I also got Shogun Assassin, which I know is essentially an American exploitation film that was like, that's made up of the first two Lone Wolf and Cub movies. And the Lone Wolf and Cub movies, I've seen the first two. I've seen the first one and parts of the second one. I haven't finished the second one yet. But I've seen the first one, and the first one is absolutely amazing. And this is made up of like both of them, and it's made into it's like its own movie. I think this has, I don't know if this has the English dub on it or not, but I hear the English dub is pretty goofy and cheesy. So I grabbed it mainly because I know like the current DVD of it is out of print from what I hear, or it's not the complete uncut version. So I just grabbed it because why the hell not? I got Mondo Trasho, which is a John Waters flick. I saw Mondo Trasho, and I was instantly sold. I like John Waters movies, his early works, especially his really gross out early works, stuff like Pink Flamingos is probably the best one. Pink Flamingos, Desperate Living, Female Trouble, Multiple Maniacs. This is another one from his early days before he shot films in color. And again, I don't know about the transfers on these bootlegs, but I'm sure they're at least watchable. And I hit up the Troma Booth next, and I heard Lloyd Kaufman was going to be there this weekend, so I was like hyped for it. So I bought Class of Nukem High on Blu-ray because I figured I own it on DVD, but I wanted to upgrade to Blu-ray anyway, and I figured if I bought the Blu-ray, I could have him sign it. And then he got laid over in like Atlanta, I heard, which is a fucking shame. He couldn't make it to the convention. So it's not like I bought this for nothing, because I did buy this because I wanted to upgrade to the Blu-ray. So I got Class of Nukem High on Blu-ray. I got Honky Holocaust on Blu-ray. Honky Holocaust. If you haven't seen this one, if you have Amazon Prime, check it out. This movie is a fucking trip. I absolutely loved every second of it. Really gross, low-budget splatter, and yeah, I just really like it. Next, I hit up Severin, and I picked up a couple shot-on-video films and one Nazi-exploitation film. I picked up their new shot-on-video release of Dreamstalker and Death by Love. After hearing that Dreamstalker is like on par with Things and Sledgehammer, I figured I'd have to pick it up because I absolutely love Things. Things is like amazing, and Sledgehammer's okay. I mean, I think Sledgehammer's pretty fun for what it is, but Things is awesome. Death by Love, I know nothing about, but I'm sure it's probably just as equally as entertaining. These are both films from like these are both like shot video flicks from the 90s. As I previously mentioned, I think Sledgehammer is an okay movie, but I figured I'd pick it up. It was like fairly cheap. The DVDs were like 3 for, I think, like 30, but I paid 35 because of the next one. The next one being Gestapo's Last Orgy. This is one they've released that the price has not gone down on. It's like $25 for this release on Amazon, while for stuff like Sledgehammer, it's like $11. This price has not gone down yet, so I'm sure I paid like $35 because of Gestapo's Last Orgy. I'm not, goddamn, I'm not upset about it. I like Gestapo's Last Orgy. It's probably one of my favorite Nazi-exploitation films. It tries to be fairly serious, and try to be kind of over the top, like Alsa, Schulfe for the SS. Next, onto a couple Massacre titles I picked up. I have a story that goes along with these two. So I walk up to the Massacre booth, and I'm just looking around. And I'm looking at what they got, and they got most of their catalog out there. They got, you know, the Nostril Picker and Sex Android out there. And I'm like, okay, well, I've never seen the Nostril Picker, always wanted to check that one out, and I love Sex Android. So I'll pick up these two. I put them in a stack, I hand them to the guy at the booth. I think it was Lewis, who was at the booth from Massacre. I didn't catch a name, but I'm pretty sure it was Lewis. Lewis, if you're watching, or whatever you got, I can't remember, I'm not good with names, but I handed him to the guy, and he said, Cody, right? And I was genuinely surprised, and he said, I like your reviews, and he gave me 2 movies on the house, and I was like, dude, I'd totally hug you, but the table's in the way, and he's like, I don't know, man, come on, and we hugged over the table, and, you know, he thanked me for my reviews and my kind words on Nurse Jill. Nurse Jill he's told me that I'm the only one of the only people that's reviewed it and given it, like, really good praise, and, yeah, Nurse Jill was fucking great. I should have picked up the limited edition Blu-ray while I was there, but, yeah, the Nostril Picker and Sex Android. Sex Android I watched on one of my streams with Andrew before we became the Wizards of Gore, back when it was just us watching movies, but this one was an absolute fucking trip. Really weird. And the Nostril Picker, don't know much about it. I know it's like a slasher film, and it was like shot on film and then like transferred to video. So it's kind of a shot on video movie, but it's like this serial killer gets the power to turn into a woman, and he turns into a woman and goes to high school and like kills people in high school. I don't know. It sounds fun. Next, I got a couple things from Henrik Putos' booth. Henrik is a great guy. I absolutely love Henrik. He's got a great personality. He's just the nicest guy you ever meet. You walk up to the booth, you ask him how he is, you know. I swear, he looks like a character out of a movie or something. But I got his new kind of comedy drama, Nothing Good Ever Happens, which I caught on Amazon Prime streaming, and I thought it was very, very entertaining. This one also has a audio commentary with Henrik, and apparently, he told me in audio commentary, he absolutely spills his guts about like how personal the film is and how true the story in the film is to his life. So, yeah. I mean, I really liked Nothing Good Ever Happens. I also got his convention exclusive, like a limited edition copy of Amityville No Escape, and both of these were autographed by him. But yeah, I'm gonna have to review this one. I told Henrik I'd review it because he said he thinks it's his like scariest movie yet, and I'm gonna find the right time. I'm gonna sit down during a thunderstorm in the dark, put on some headphones, and watch it, and see if it can scare me. So totally up for that. Next, I hit up James Bell. James Bell, for those of you who don't know, directed Manure and Tantrum. Tantrum being probably his best film so far. But I'm a really big fan of his work, so I figured I'd pick up his 2 newest ones, Nutsack and Nutsack Part 1, Lucifer's Cosmonauts. Now, I haven't seen Nutsack Part 1, but Nutsack, on the other hand, I actually caught a midnight screening of at the convention. And oh my god, I have never gone to a screening of a movie where the crowd laughed openly at people fucking corpses and killing babies. Like, Jesus. I think only at Cinema Wasteland something like that could happen. But he signed both of them right there for me. And yeah, James Bell's a great guy. He also gave... goddamn, I'm losing my voice. He also gave me this severed finger he made. Like, he just kind of threw it in, and I'm like, alright, party. He also had, like, fucking ripped off faces and severed dicks at his table, which is also pretty cool. But, yeah, I got the gore editions of these. Can't wait to check out Lucifer's Cosmonauts, though. Alright, that's the first bag now. Time for the second one. Ugh. I don't know why I am, like, sick. Okay, let me just try and coordinate this pile of fucking movies into a reasonable stack. Alright. Next, I went back to the Massacre table, and out of pure just respect and admiration for them as a company, I bought more of their titles, and all the titles I bought were movies I've never seen before and that I had been curious about. So, I got 555, which is a pretty legendary little splatter film. Like, you hear about it quite a bit in VHS horror communities, and yeah, I hear it's a pretty entertaining little movie, so I figured why not give that a shot. I got Savage Vengeance, which is the kind of semi-unofficial sequel to I Spit on Your Grave. It stars, I think it was Kamel Keaton, who was in the original I Spit on Your Grave, and I hear this is like a shot-on-video sequel to it. And I hear it's pretty a pretty gross, gory little flick. So I figured why not. I got Spine, which I've heard quite a bit about Spine. Andrew from the streams has told me about Spine multiple times. Shot on video film from like '86. That's like just really a gory movie about a guy who's going around ripping out the spines of nurses. I figured why not. And I also got this one, another one recommendation from Andrew. This is like his favorite shot on video film, Venus Flytrap. I figured I'd pick it up. Apparently it is a shot on video film kind of remake of House on the Edge of the Park, the Ruggero Deodato film, which I really like that movie, so interested in checking that one out. Next, I hit up the toe tag booth, and against my better judgment, I picked up all of the August Underground movies. I was going to pick up the limited edition Blu-ray, but those ones didn't have like director commentaries and deleted scenes or anything like that. It did have the August Underground like saga thing, where it's all the movies edited together into like one 4-hour-long movie. That did tempt me, but the guy told me, like, look, it's either $30 for the Blu-ray trilogy or $30 for the 3 DVDs, and I figured why not just go with the 3 DVDs. I've only seen the first 2 August Underground movies. I'm not a big fan, but Mortem, I will give Fred Vogel credit where credit is due. His movies are absolutely just fucking sick and disgusting. And when it comes to sheer depravity and torture and sadism, he has some serious creativity. Sadly, Fred Vogel wasn't at the booth. I was interested in meeting him. I was hoping he'd be there. I always hear he's a real nice guy, but he wasn't there, but it's cool. Next, I hit up Synapse. I only got 2 things from Synapse, because Synapse at conventions tend to price their stuff pretty fucking high. Like the DVD of what was it? The DVD edition of like Manos: The Hands of Fate is like $15, and the Blu-ray is $25. When the Blu-ray is like, actually no, I think the DVD is like $20 and the Blu-ray is $25. When on Amazon you can get the Blu-ray of Manos: The Hands of Fate for $14. I just thought it was a little ridiculous, but I did pick up a couple of their new releases. Violent Shit Collection, which I like the Violent Shit movies. They're all pretty entertaining little gore flicks. And it also comes with Zombie 90 Extreme Pestilence, Andreas Schnass's zombie film. And apparently this comes with, like... Apparently these are, like, remastered from the tape masters, and apparently some of these have... Oh, no, only the 4th one has special features, but still remastered from like the best available masters, which best available tape masters. The first 3, I believe, are shot on video. But yeah, no, it's cool to have this set. I was looking forward to picking this one up. I picked up the Coffin Joe Trilogy for $40. Like, this was $30 and it had 5 movies, and this was $40 and it has 3. You see what I mean about the pricing? But yeah, it has the 3 major Coffin Joe films. At Midnight, I'll Take Your Soul, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, and The Embodiment of Evil. And yeah, I've always been interested in Coffin Joe as like a character. I know he's like a decently well-known kind of cult icon, but I've never seen any of his movies. Now I can watch them all. I'm really interested in checking them all out. I went to the Vinegar Syndrome booth a couple times. Bought things at different times, but the first time I went, I got the Ted V. Michaels collection, The Doll Squad, featuring Mission Kill Fast, which these are both like Ted V. Michaels low-budget action films. Ted V. Michaels passed away last October, and I've always wanted to get more into his filmography, so I figured why not grab this. This Blu-ray was like $15. Vinegar Syndrome, I will say, has it on lock with their prices. Their prices for DVDs are like $10, and their prices for Blu-rays are $15, and that is extremely reasonable. Like, that is a deal when it comes to convention prices. I mean, Troma charges $15 for DVDs and 20 for like 2-disc editions, and 20 for Blu-rays. And fucking Synapse charges like 20 for everything. I went back to the again to Massacre and picked up a couple releases that were still at the table that I wanted to check out. This double feature of Black Devil Doll from Hell and Tales from the Quadead Zone. I've seen Black Devil Doll from Hell. Tales from the Quadead Zone I haven't seen, and I'm actually really interested in finally checking it out. Black Devil Doll from Hell is an immensely terrible fucking movie, but it's I got it in the double feature for collectible purposes, so why not? I got Back from Hell, which I hear is pretty good, kind of 90s shot on video. I've heard this is a pretty solid like 90s shot on video flick. I got Mondo Magic, which is like a Mondo film from the 70s that's like been lost for years, and that's really cool. And you know, it's a Mondo flick. I enjoy some Mondo flicks every once in a while. This one, it comes with a cool mini poster, which I always like it when companies throw in that little extra, and it comes with a mini poster, the original poster artwork from Mondo Magic. I picked up Mondo Magic out of pure curiosity. Alright, we're in the home stretch now. I got this 4-film set from Camp Motion Pictures. It's a Werewolf in the Amazon collection, which consists of Werewolf in the Amazon from 2005, The Scarlet Scorpion from 1990, 7 Vampires from 1986, and The Secret of the Mummy from 1982. All of these are Paul Naschy werewolf movies, and Paul Naschy is pretty famous for like being the kind of famous monster actor from Spain. And I figured, you know, low budget, kind of cheesy werewolf movies, and like 4 of them, all on their own discs. Well, not all on their own discs, but it's like a 4. Actually, no, this is a 4-disc. 1, 2. No, it's 3. Where am I finding the 4th disc? It's a 3-disc set, and it's from Camp Motion Pictures. They usually do a pretty good job, and it was only $10, so why not? That's another one from Camp Motion Pictures. This is these two I picked up at Henrik Putos' booth. I think he has like, you know, I think like Camp Motion Pictures has a deal with him to where he can sell their stuff. This is America's Deadliest Home Video, which is like a found footage film like August Underground, but this is from like the mid 80s, I think, and it was considered to be lost for the longest time, and now it's back, and I'm interested in seeing what that has to offer. Last 2 from Vinegar. I got this drive-in collection double feature from Vinegar Syndrome. I've always heard these drive-in double features are pretty good. It comes with Death Force and Vampire Hookers. Death Force being like a Blaxploitation kung fu film, and Vampire Hookers being like a vampire comedy from the 70s. Both of which sounded pretty interesting. The guy at the booth recommended this specific one. When I looked at it, he's like, that one's pretty good. You know, you get some cheesy Blaxploitation plus a pretty cool vampire comedy. And both restored from 2K from the original 35mm prints. And it comes with a theatrical trailer for Vampire Hookers. But yeah, I can't. Oh, these are all both directed by a Filipino exploitation director, Ciro H. Santango, I believe is the name. Yeah, sure. Blaxploitation. I don't have that much. And as soon as I grabbed that, I figured, okay, may as well get another Blaxploitation flick. I don't have many of those in my collection. I got Dolomite, which is pretty famous Blaxploitation film. Like, this one's pretty well known. And I figured if I want to get into Blaxploitation films, I'd start with some of the big ones, like this and Superfly, Sugar Hill. I think Sugar Hill is Blaxploitation, I'm pretty sure. But that's actually it for the DVDs. For the DVD portion of this program, let's get on to the prints. I bought 2 prints, mainly because I was like, I saw a picture of one of the Blind Dead on the table, and I just glanced over and saw it, and I had to see if they had a print. And they did. They had a print of one of the Satanic Templar from the Blind Dead movies, which I love the Blind Dead movies, all of them. They're all pretty good. And this portrait of H.P. Lovecraft, which I thought was really nice. It was like 2 prints for like $15. I couldn't turn that down. I was this is the very last thing, actually. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this is a pretty interesting little kind of tourist attraction, I guess. It's not as big or as cool as I thought it was going to be, but I still had fun looking around. And their gift shop has a huge record store, and like just a huge record store. They sell vinyl and CDs and everything. And I was looking under soundtracks, the movie soundtracks, and I found The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on vinyl, which was pretty cool. But then I found this, Fritz the Cat soundtrack on vinyl. I've never seen, first of all, the Fritz the Cat soundtrack available in any format. I didn't know there was a vinyl release of the soundtrack, or a soundtrack release at all. And I've, again, never seen this anywhere, never heard about it. And on top of that, I found it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of all places. I totally had to grab it. It's Fritz the Cat is a great fucking movie. Other than that, a couple Tromaville High School bumper stickers that I'm going to put on my car. Well, one of them I'm going to put on my car, the other one I'm going to save. But that's it. I had a really good time at the convention. It was very, very, very fun. I'll definitely go back next year. And I would definitely recommend this convention. It's not like Horror Hound. Horror Hound is very, very commercial. It's very much people just trying to sell you stuff. While at this convention, a lot of the booths are independently owned. The people don't just want to sell you stuff. They want to talk to you. They want to, be friends with you. They want to have a common interest. And that's really, really cool. It's very intimate and passionate, and I love it. Anyway, guys, this is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews. Signing off. Peace.